Imagine a world without oceans. What would happen if all the oceans on Earth evaporated? A haunting prospect, isn't it? Picture a planet devoid of its soothing blue expanses, its mysterious depths. What might that mean for our climate, our weather patterns, the very air we breathe? How would life adapt? Or would it fade away entirely? These are the questions that tickle our curiosity, that push us to explore the unknown. So join us as we delve into this chilling scenario. First, we need to understand the process of evaporation. Evaporation is a fascinating yet ordinary process that we see around us every day. It's the key player in the water cycle, a natural mechanism that enables life to thrive on Earth. So, how does evaporation work? Well, it's all about energy exchange between the sun and water. The sun, our star, sends out heat energy that reaches the Earth's surface. When this heat energy comes into contact with water, whether in our oceans, rivers, or even a puddle on the sidewalk, it begins to excite the water molecules. These molecules, now filled with this newfound energy, start to move faster and faster. As they do so, they begin to break away from their liquid state, transforming into a gaseous state we know as water vapor. This process of transformation, my friends, is evaporation. But it doesn't stop there. These now free water vapor molecules rise up into the atmosphere. Why? Because gases are lighter than liquids, and so, like a balloon filled with helium, they float upwards. Once they reach cooler, higher altitudes, they condense back into tiny liquid water droplets, forming clouds. And thus the cycle continues, with these droplets eventually falling back to Earth as precipitation. Now imagine this process on a massive scale. We're talking about all the oceans on Earth, covering more than 70% of our planet's surface. That's a lot of water, and consequently, a lot of heat energy needed to trigger evaporation. The sun, as powerful as it is, would take an incredibly long time to evaporate all the oceans. We're talking about a time frame that extends beyond human comprehension. But suppose, just for a moment, that something caused all the Earth's ocean water to evaporate into the atmosphere. What would happen then? Now that we understand the process, let's dive into the aftermath. The immediate consequences of such a catastrophic event would be nothing short of apocalyptic. Picture this. You wake up one day to find the oceans have vanished. The immediate aftermath of our oceans evaporating into thin air would trigger a series of drastic changes, the first of which would be a dramatic shift in our climate. Our planet's climate is heavily influenced by the oceans. They absorb about 1/4 of the carbon dioxide humans produce, reducing climate change impacts. They also soak up the sun's heat, distributing it around the globe and moderating the Earth's temperature. Without the oceans, our planet would be at the mercy of extreme temperatures, scorching during the day and freezing at night. But the climate change would be just the tip of the iceberg. With no oceans, the water cycle would come to a halt. The rain would stop, and the lands would become arid. We'd be living in a perpetual drought. This would have a domino effect on all life forms. The majority of Earth's biodiversity resides in the ocean. Without it, there would be a mass extinction on a scale never witnessed before. From the tiniest plankton to the largest whale, the loss of marine life would be immediate and total. And it wouldn't stop there. The extinction event would ripple through land species too, as many rely on the ocean for food and other resources. And then, there's the Earth's balance to consider. Our planet spins on its axis in a delicate equilibrium. The ocean's mass contributes to this balance. Without the weight of the water, Earth's rotation could speed up, causing days to become shorter. The immediate aftermath of our oceans evaporating would be a world vastly different from the one we know today. A world without rain, without diverse life, and without balance. But that's not all. The long-term effects might be even more haunting. In the long term, the world as we know it would cease to exist. With the oceans gone, the planet we call home would transform into a barren, alien landscape. Let's start with the most evident change, the absence of rain. Without the vast bodies of water to fuel the water cycle, rainfall would become a thing of the past. This would turn even the most fertile lands into arid deserts, making it impossible for most plants and land animals to survive. Next, let's consider the marine life, an essential part of our global ecosystem. With the oceans evaporated, marine life would face total extinction. This would have a domino effect, disrupting food chains and biodiversity on a massive scale. The loss of marine life would also mean the disappearance of a significant source of the world's oxygen, as phytoplankton, tiny oceanic plants, produce about half of the world's oxygen through photosynthesis. Lastly, the face of the Earth itself would change drastically. Without the weight of the oceans, the oceanic crust would rise, altering the planet's topography forever. The absence of the moderating influence of the oceans would also mean extreme climate variations swinging between scorching heat and freezing cold. So we've painted a grim picture, but what does this mean for us? While this scenario might seem like a far-fetched horror story, it's a stark reminder of the importance of our oceans. These vast bodies of water are not just beautiful features of our planet, they are the lifeblood of Earth, an integral part of our ecosystem that supports an incredible array of life and influences our climate. Our oceans absorb carbon dioxide, helping to regulate our climate. They provide us with oxygen, food, and countless other resources. Moreover, they are home to a diverse range of species, many of which we have yet to discover. If we were to lose our oceans, it wouldn't just be a loss of a magnificent part of our planet. It would be a catastrophic blow to life as we know it. The balance of our ecosystem, so delicately maintained, would be irrevocably disrupted. So next time you look out at the vast expanse of water that covers our planet, remember how vital it is to our existence.